Lesson 50. I am sustained by the love of God. Here is the answer to every problem that will confront you today and tomorrow and throughout time. In this world, you believe you are sustained by everything but God. Your faith is placed in the most trivial and insane symbols: pills, money, protective clothing, influence, prestige, being liked, knowing the right people, and an endless list of forms of nothingness that you endow with magical powers. All these things are your replacements for the love of God. All these things are cherished to ensure a body identification. They are songs of praise to the ego. Do not put your faith in the worthless. It will not sustain you. Only the love of God will protect you in all circumstances. It will lift you out of every trial and raise you high above all the perceived dangers of this world into a climate of perfect peace and safety. It will transport you into a state of mind that nothing can threaten, nothing can disturb, and where nothing can intrude upon the eternal calm of the Son of God. Put not your faith in illusions. They will fail you. Put all your faith in the love of God within you, eternal, changeless, and forever unfailing. This is the answer to whatever confronts you today. Through the love of God within you, you can resolve all seeming difficulties without effort and ensure confidence. Tell yourself this often today. It is a declaration of release from the belief in idols. It is your acknowledgement of the truth about yourself. For 10 minutes, twice today, morning and evening, let the idea for today sink deep into your consciousness. Repeat it, think about it, let related thoughts come to help you recognize its truth, and allow peace to flow over you like a blanket of protection and surety. Let no idle and foolish thoughts enter to disturb the holy mind of the Son of God. Such is the kingdom of heaven. Such is the resting place where your Father has placed you forever. I am sustained by the love of God. We look for nourishment and sustenance out there in the world. All of these things he's talked about here: pills, money, protective clothing, influence, prestige, being liked, clicks, hashtags, likes, followers, success, etc. In relationships, we look for that to feed us, to sustain us. And all of that, it says, reinforces body identification. That the love of God, following the laws of God, is what will be that foundation, that true strength, that sustenance and nourishment, the safety and surety within. We can feel separated and small here in the world. That's what the world is made to foster, that for us to experience an idea of separation. And so we are experiencing what it would be like to be separate from God. And as I've said before, we don't really like it. But here we have that part of our mind, the ego, which has power in separation, power in body identification, power in distracting you from the love of God, the mind of God, the truth of God, and uses everything within this world to reinforce what's not true about you. And so we can feel small, we can feel limited, we can feel separate. And we are seeking, but not finding, as the Course would say, that protection, that safety, special relationships out. Because deep within us is that eternal knowing that we're not separate from God. But everything here is taking us to a different place where we don't see that, where we don't acknowledge that yearning, that longing, that calling. So our search for protection, our search for certainty, our search for security, our search for intimacy is only sustained by the love of God. That is why our primary relationship with God, nurturing and fostering and building that helps us to be confident and move without needing anything on the external to fill the void we think we have, because we are feeling actually that separation and longing to be joined again with God. It is this state of mind, this secure, convicted, certain, sure, mature, grounded place, which is what holiness is within you, that allows you to move through the world as a miracle worker, allows you to express love effortlessly and naturally without any reservation. You don't get in the way. You're not interfering in your work as a miracle worker. You are just allowing it to happen through you because you are remembering what you are, who you are, the truth of who you are. And that there's a power in you, not of you, that is sustaining you and moving. The love of God is your infinite source of safety and protection. It's what makes you invulnerable in this chaotic world. It is eternal, unwavering, and always available to you. It's the foundation that holds you up no matter what. The love of God is what lifts you above the battlefield, above the battleground. It is what gives you all the confidence, all the security, all of the trust, all of the conviction, the wisdom you need, because it lifts you to that place of higher understanding where you cannot fail, because the power of God, the Spirit of God within you, knows all. And another aspect of this that goes along with all of these lessons, that the Holy Spirit is that eternal link. And it says somewhere in the Course that even if you reach that point where you no longer need the guidance from the Holy Spirit, you've gone that far in your lessons and your actualization and your enlightenment, that He will remain as your friend, because He's eternal. You can't be disconnected. You're never alone. You never have to figure things out on your own. I know for me in the world, being hyper independent and, an only child and doing a lot of things on my own, I have felt alone. But what a relief to know I'm not. When you move through the world with that knowing, with that relationship solidified, knowing that you're sustained from within, you exude that. You are the presence of the alternative in the world, because you're the presence of God in the world. You're the presence of the love of God within the loveless world. You can't not be transformative. You can't not work miracles, because miracles occur naturally as expressions of the love of God. When you realize you are love incarnate in the world, that the love of God sustains you and moves through you, and that's the most natural thing in the world, everything changes. If you want better relationships, practice the knowing that you are sustained by the love of God. If you want better career opportunities, a more perfect flow of opportunities at work, you are sustained by the love of God. Repeat it to yourself. Know it. Put it into your mind. Drown out the voice that would tell you otherwise. Drown out the voice that would tell you that that's just toxic positivity. Drown out the voice that would tell you you are anything but who you really are. If you want to work miracles effortlessly and naturally, be still and know that you are sustained by the love of God. Nothing out there make you as content and safe and sure as the love of God. I am sustained by the love of God. Walk this earth like you really believe that, and see how everything miraculously unfolds and just works better, and the confidence and clarity and contentment and peace you have. I'll see you tomorrow.